where you live, love, and learn. With me, I
Always.
got Smitty Rock.
You already know what it do. It's a lot going on in the hood. Big
A lot
hood.
going on in the
Yeah.
Hood TV when we get together. You already know what it
No,
is, girl.
that's a fact.
Yo,
Harlem
but we
legend
got
in
a
the
lot going
building.
on this morning, dogs.
A lot, man. A lot going on, man.
It's time to ask more of our
Seen a lot of live.
Yeah, let's
Zip
join.
10 goes down. 30 second get crazy again, man.
Yeah, I see that, you heard?
It's getting crazy again, right?
30
Yeah,
seconds.
man.
Yo, so your Harlem Legend salute, what up?
Yes.
Yo, listen, there's a lot going on, man. So last night, I'm watching, I'm watching Zip. I was up watching Zip, watching something else with wifey. We and just chilling. You got two phones on, bro?
Nah.
Let me hold on. Let me turn it on. Hello? Yeah, that's definitely your end, bro. You gotta shut something off. Yeah, you got something else on your TV, bro. Yeah, it was called Horrible Echo, man. But yeah, man, salute to Side Bay. Salute to Zip with the drip. We was up there last night and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Wait till Smitty get back in here. But Shy Bay had called me. Shy Bay had called me and was like, yeah, you gotta come back in, Smitty. Shy Bay had called and told me like, yo, you know, you got Zip number. I was like, yeah, I got Zip number. He's like, yo, tap in. I gotta tap in with Zip. Call Zip, you heard? So I call Zip, with I call into the live with Shy Bay.
How I sound now?
Oh no, you better, bro. You good now,
All
bro.
right, cool. Salute.
So
Wax
salute.
dog, call the flat jet.
So yeah, like I was saying, so I tapped in. Sade called me last night and was like, Zip on live right now. And I was watching. I had just seen Bad Vibes go get up there, and that kind of went left with him and Zip. And Sade calls me. Sade's like, yo, you got Zip number? He's like, yo, call in. I got a call because I guess Bad Vibes had mentioned Sade's name, so Sade just wanted to clear up anything that was going on. Um, I guess Sade had gave Bad Vibe Zip number, and that's how his name got into it, and he wanted to do that. You heard?
Stone to the bone.
Word up, bro. So so I tap in with Sade. I wasn't really trying to get caught into that shit because yo, salute Stone to the bone. Yo, salute to everybody pulling up. Wax Dog, salute to everybody pulling up. Um, Kuiper Cushington. You got Kuiper Cushington in the building. Yo, salute to everybody, man. Hit the like button on the way, and you already know what it is, man. Mikey B, Smitty Rock.
It's a
Y'all
lot
know
going
Hood
on.
Love, Hood Love TV, and a lot going on TV. And when we come together, it's a lot going on in the Hood TV.
That's
A
a
lot
fact.
going on in the Hood TV, and it's
Let's
a lot
go.
going on right now, you heard?
It is
Um,
fact.
so what you think about that? Did you catch some of that live? Did you see what was going on? What you think about all that shit that's going on right now, bro? It's kind of nasty. It's getting kind of nasty.
Yeah, it's getting kind of nasty. You know what I'm saying? I seen the live with Bad Vibes and Ten Toes. You know what I'm saying? I seen the live with Ten Toes. You know what I mean? Just by himself, and it's getting nasty. I'm not even gonna lie, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, a lot of things is thrown up in the air about Zip. You know what I mean? Far as allegations of his brother and his father and him, but no paperwork is being shown. So, you know, by the laws of the streets, you know what I'm saying, and the laws are how we grew. If you ain't producing that, you can't really throw that name on somebody. You feel what I'm saying?
Chico Low,
Um,
salute. Yeah, you right, bro. God, keep going though. You right. To
so
a certain extent, I agree. To a certain
yeah,
extent, I agree.
yeah, you can't really throw, to a certain extent, I agree as well. I get what you about to say. You know what I'm saying, but you can't throw that out unless you got that full proof of, yo, here, take that. You know what I'm saying? So, Ten Toes got to produce that at least if he feel or he's saying that. You know what I mean? Because that's nasty work. People can get hurt out there in the streets. You know what I'm saying? With things of that. Like, that's it's just nasty.
Yeah. Um, that's how I mean I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you to a certain perspective because you might know what you know. If Tim was from their block and he witnessed something himself that he can't produce on paperwork, then that's something that he witnessed. That's just his word, and he's saying what he say. He gonna stand on that. It is what it is. And don't get me wrong, I'm not really the paperwork police or who is a rat or who's not a rat. For one, I
Right,
don't care about that. And people could get up here and say whatever they want. Everybody is grown men. They're gonna just have to stand on that shit when they see whoever or whatever's going on. That's how it
right,
really gotta go. You see what I'm saying?
right,
Um, as far as Tim, we know a lot of that shit he was doing up here was cap. He was telling a lot of lies, clickbaiting. It was just cap. A lot of that shit was cap. You know what I'm saying?
right,
I don't mess with Son for that reason. He went up here and talked about me, slandered me, and said stuff about me. I don't really be going back and forth with Son. I really kind of stay out of that because it's fruitless. It's not gonna get me nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
Um,
right,
and in the same token, I don't really care about none of that shit. It's a level of entertainment up here. Dudes is doing the entertainment. Dudes is messing with dudes with for whatever they reason. I wouldn't mess with Son, but dudes is messing with Son for whatever reason they mess with Son for. I don't know
right,
what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
right, right, right.
You're the big 1090 salute, you heard?
Yeah, I never had no problems with 10. He never, I mean, me and him never crossed no paths on this internet, thing. But I have watched content with him where, it was, a lot of things was, cap, you know what I mean, and false, you know what I'm saying, like at the end of the day, you know what I mean, and that's just real, but it's
Yeah.
nasty, man. It's nasty when dudes is out here, and there's so much other things to talk about, you know what I'm saying, than each other. You know what I'm saying? Dudes is talking about, brothers past and what they did in the pen and how they did in the pen and what they doing now. It's mad. It's so much. It's a lot going on in the hood,
Bad
man.
vibes in the building, salute.
It's a lot going on in the hood. You feel what
Big
I'm
1090
saying?
salute.
It's a lot going on in the hood. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it's serious, man.
Oh,
It's,
Bad
it's
Vibes said he coming back to New York. He got an interview with Mav Hoffa, you heard? Him and Man Duke.
oh, okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's good bread, bro.
That's good, Brad. That's good, Brad. You know what I'm saying? That's good, Brad, right there.
Right.
But what we going up there to talk about? You know what I'm saying?
Um, I got mad love and respect for you and Man Dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see y'all getting caught up out there. I seen that. I heard y'all going kind of left up there, Bad Vibes. You and Zip, that little conversation y'all was having. I seen it going left, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know Zip, I know you. We all came from prison, bro. And I would hate to see, dudes get into it. We all did 20 years, 20 something years, and come out here getting into it over the internet, bro. You know what I'm saying? I understand what you were saying about dudes speaking on your name on the internet. I understand that. But when we all became internet personalities, I come with the territory, bro. Once you a celebrity, y'all dudes been, ghetto superstars. We all ghetto superstars. So it's gonna, it's gonna be a level of dudes talking about celebrities. And everything is not gonna be talked about. We not always gonna be talked about in the best light. None of us. You got dudes up here that's working for other dudes. You got podcasters that's working for other dudes. Dudes working for police. It's all kind of shit going on up here. Me and Smitty was just talking about behind the scenes where dudes is controlling podcasters like this is their personal YouTube hit team. You heard?
Like they
Dude
got a
might
lineup or something back there. Yo,
they
you the
might
one
pay
star.
dudes to put a
You
hit on you. You
you at
heard?
1 o'clock. You got the 2 o'clock. You got the 3 o'clock show. You over here,
Right.
yo. Listen, I want you at yeah. You the OG of this. You running this right here. Yeah.
Yo, Bangs, Gurko Bangs, yo, salute. You already know. So dudes is up here they got YouTube bags on dudes' heads. Yo, listen, get that Smitty and Mikey B, violate them up there. They paying dudes to violate, they leaking information. It's a lot of shit going on in this YouTube world, you heard? Dudes is missing. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Stacks De Niro, salute. You already know. Bless
Stacks De
up.
Niro, you already know.
Yo, but there's a lot of shit going on YouTube. Dudes is not really looking at and realizing. Dudes work for dudes up here on this podcast and shit, bro.
Hmm.
Dudes is working for dudes and reading a script from somebody else, bro. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit when I first got connected to this internet shit. Yo, listen, I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of dudes, it's a lot of stuff on this internet shit that I ain't really recognize until later, like years later. I had to really like understand like what dudes was really doing up here on this internet, even against me and other people. Dudes just trying to put you in a trick bag up here.
Right.
Everything ain't entertainment. Yo, Fat Kev. Yo,
Yeah,
Fat
but
Kev said it's entertainment though. Yo,
it's
salute, Fat Kev.
it's entertaining though, right? But to a certain extent, right? When dudes is digging into past issues and what dudes was doing it's like you holding your nuts saying my nuts is bigger than yours, or we all went through something. You know what I mean?
Right,
We all came up in the streets where we
right,
met our match. You
right,
understand what I'm saying? It was always that dude that was bigger and badder than you. You feel what
right.
I'm saying? So let's just stop the, holding our nuts like we the biggest and baddest out here. You know what I'm saying? This is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? This is a time where everybody could eat. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody got a chance to uh give out their story. You feel what I'm saying? And not only that, Mikey B, it's like you gotta grasp your audience. You gotta
Right,
grasp your
right, right,
audience.
right, right.
You're not gonna grasp your audience by going on different podcasts, slandering or violating, or if you want to do that, that's cool. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna be lost in the sauce.
Yo, let me tell you something. I agree with what y'all saying. Coffee and Kush TV said it's not entertaining when it gets personal. Fat Kev, if you are not entertained, I'm not mad. Yo, pull no punches is wild. I'm talking about Mikey B, Dad Body. Get out of here. But Harlem Legend said when dudes start putting your family on the internet and calling you a rat, and it's scrap is completely a no-no. But what I'm saying is this. That's what these dudes do on the internet. When you sign up for YouTube, when you sign up for the internet, you sign up for your family up here. You sign up for all of that. Dudes is gonna
Right,
dig in your life. They're gonna dig in your life, any kind of dirt. They're gonna make up dirt. Dudes is making shit up here. You see what I'm saying? You see dudes telling stories they heard about in the hood up here. Supreme is suing Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell is one of the biggest names on YouTube. Supreme is one of the biggest names in the street. And now we got a lawsuit between a well-known gangster and a YouTuber now with Hassan Campbell, or a well-known drug dealer, whatever you want to call Preem. Um, but he's suing Hassan Campbell for things that were set up here. So it's a lot of shit going on. We have seen YouTubers go to jail, dudes get unalived over blogging and beefing on the internet podcasts, and I'm talking about New York time, all
right.
New York time, and shit has happened in other states with YouTubers beefing and shit like that. So I think once you get up here, this shit can get personal, can get nasty. You just got to be ready because that's how that shit go. Everything is funny to people start talking about you. We get in there, laugh and clicks and views when people's talking about other people's families or when shit is going on. Then when they get on you, everybody get mad. You got to keep the same energy. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna keep that
Right.
same energy for somebody else, or keep it all the way around the board, you heard?
But you know
Keep it
what
the way around the board.
you know what I don't understand is why, we're not actually behind pause. You know what I'm saying? Um, we not actually rooting for the ones that actually is pushing New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, for example, you see how dudes in the Midwest, you know, um, shout out to Tay something. I think his name is Tay something. You know what I mean? Shout out to the West Coast dudes. You know what I'm saying? They come together. I don't understand why we don't root for brothers that's winning in New York. We got Hassan Campbell, right? We got brothers like China. We got brothers like Harlem Legend. We got brothers like Zip with the Drip. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, and these dudes, is they names is actually, out there. You know what I'm saying? And instead of, you know, getting behind them paws and pushing the wave, dudes want to hate. You know what I'm saying? This is what I don't understand about New York. And you know what I'm saying? Like, dudes just don't come together, man. If we come together, we gonna be more powerful. Everybody else come together. Everybody else is doing it together. It's just New York with the hate, man. You know what I'm saying? Want to bring up old stories about who did what and who cut who and who had the most bricks and who got that now.
But you got to
Let
remember, that's the negative algorithm is what pushes the internet. That shit pushed the internet, bro. That negative algorithm, is real, bro. That negative algorithm is everything, bro. They're gonna keep doing that. They're gonna keep, you know, that negative algorithm out there, bro. That's gonna stay out there. That negative algorithm ain't going nowhere, bro.
right.
It's a negative algorithm. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that, bro.
But everybody want that, bro. Everybody want that though. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody want. They don't want nothing positive. When you talk positive and you come up here and you speak positive, like I'm speaking right now, in a certain extent, I'm telling dudes, yo, New York need to come together. Dudes don't want to hear that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dudes
I
don't want to
mean,
hear
I
that.
mean, I think some people want to hear it, and some people's trying to work it and trying to do it. But for the most part, you're right. People don't want to hear it. You heard?
They don't. They don't.
For the most part, people don't want to hear it. But I think it's a good amount of people that really want to see dudes doing better and really want to see things getting right. You know what I'm saying? It's a good amount of people that want to see all that. You heard? I
Right,
just
right, right,
think I just don't want to see like good dudes getting caught up and going down, bro. You heard? That's what I don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? That's for bad vibes. That's for everybody involved. You know what I'm saying? That's was zip with the drip. That shit was going left. I seen it like going kind of left, and we don't need that shit, bro. You heard? Dudes did too much time. Like, come on, bro. But internet shit that dudes know. Like, come on, bro. I ain't feeling that.
right. No, I agree with you on that.
I ain't feeling that. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with you on that, man. There's so much other things to talk about in this world, man. You know what I'm saying? All these celebrities out here, you know what I mean, doing things like it's so much entertainment to talk about, man. You know what I mean? That you could get 60, 100K views if you put it in. If you put
Right,
it in. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, the only time you're gonna grasp your audience is if you continue to post, if you continue to entertain, if you continue to give them something to look at. You feel what I'm saying?
right.
That's all.
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. But so what do you think about the whole thing with zipping with zipping with zipping and vibes? What you think about that? Yo, just Eric, what's up? Yo,
Yo,
artist Morrison, what's good? Artie in
yo,
the
just
building.
just Eric, artist Morrison, Artie y'all. You already know. Salute. I mean, bad vibes and I don't even think they should be beefing, bro. I don't even, know where that came from. You know what I'm saying? I heard Zip said a couple things that he was with him and Auburn, and I don't think he said anything bad. Did he say anything bad?
I
He just said
mean,
he was with him with Auburn
I don't
and
know. From what I know, he ain't say anything bad. But when they was talking, it kind of went left. I guess vibes was like, I can have somebody at your door, and he was like, "Word, you got dudes at my door or something." I don't know if he said, I got dudes at your door. I can have dudes at your door. He's like, "You got dudes at my door." Well, tell them dudes, to suck a dick. You know what I'm saying? Bust a shot.
I mean,
You
as you should. I
But
mean,
that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, what you
I,
gonna
I,
say
I
if you
didn't
saying you
hear him
got dudes
say.
at my door?
I didn't hear him invite bad vibes to the
No, he didn't invite Bama. He said them dudes that you got at the door, tell them dudes to suck a dick.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like whoever you got at the door, whatever, tell them dudes to suck a dick. You know what I'm saying? Or any, um, I mean, don't get me wrong. Any type of rhetoric like that, anytime you talk about dudes at somebody's residence, certain things is going. I think it's going to get a certain reaction anyway. What you gonna say?
Right. I agree with you.
Like
I
what?
don't
I
think
mean,
them
what you?
dudes should be beefing though. You know what I'm saying? I think it was just a misunderstanding between Vibes and the brother Zip. You know what I'm saying? Both parties. You know what I'm saying? Just need to get on the line, probably communicate, and get this shit flattened out. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, man, nobody
But
want to sit up in no pen for another 20 years, 30 years over nothing that's over the internet. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not gonna
Like,
front though. Once that, like me, when dudes be talking about me on the internet, even if I'm close to a dudes and I know people, if you talk to me on the internet, I'm gonna respond to you on the internet. I'm just being
right,
honest.
fact,
If it's just started on the internet, then that's how I am. I'm not saying that any other man should think like me or do what I do. But with me, once you start, like we talk to me on the internet, or you talk about me, or you talk about a topic on the internet, I'm not calling you. I'm not calling you.
dark skin beauty,
I'm not calling you to like.
wise brim.
I'm not calling nobody to like fix that up, or I'm not calling nobody to do that. You heard?
Mm,
I'm not doing that. I'm not going back. I'm not calling nobody and be like, all right, I'm gonna call you behind the scenes, and you might apologize to me behind the scenes, but everything you told me, you said all this shit on the internet. Why the hell would I go behind the scene if you said all this shit on the internet?
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I'm not a person that if you say something about yo dark skin beauty, what's going on? I'm not the type of person. I'm not gonna do it like that. If you talk to me about me on the internet, whatever the conversation is, then it's an internet conversation, no matter what it is. If you
Right.
started on the internet, and I'm not saying that I'm opposed to somebody calling me behind the scenes, but I'm gonna respond on the internet. If
Off
you
the
say
bat.
something about me on the internet, if the conversation starts here, then I'm gonna respond on the internet. I might not say everything. Like the other day, I was up here talking to Cash and all of them, Specs, salute to all of them, Cash, SB Quan, Specs. I was up here talking to them about the business shit we was doing the other day. And, everything wasn't for the internet. So I didn't speak about everything on the internet.
Right.
We was on the phone for like an hour or 2 hours. We was up here on the internet for like an hour. Then we was on a phone for like an hour or 2 hours talking about shit that really is not that I feel like everybody's personal business ain't supposed to be. I don't think that everything, but that's me. I'm my own man. I can't tell another man what they should be doing. Like I can't tell. Like I wouldn't mess with Ten Toes Down from what I've seen that he did up here on the internet, and for other things that he has said that he done in his life in prison. But that in no way I can't control what man do or bad vibes feel like they want to do with him. I don't know their relationship to him. Yo, what up? Yo, police. Yo, peace, Eve. I see you. What's going on, Eve?
Hey yo, the brother Wise Brim, he made a point right here as well. He said,
I
I
ain't even
think
see that.
brothers forgetting we're in our 40s and 50s, some in their 60s. Eve James podcast, hello. What it do? The X is in the building. Shout out to the X. Shout out to the X.
Yeah, bro. So I ain't really I can't tell homie what to say or do or what not to do. I can't tell them, they're their own men. I ain't with that. They're their own men, you heard?
Right, but dudes in their 60s, dudes in their 50s, late
It's
50s,
crazy.
late 60s. You know what I'm saying? And we still talking about what we did in the past, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit can't raise your credit. If we can't teach these babies how to raise their credit, you understand what I'm saying? How to get into this real estate, how to get into these political offices, then it's a bust. It's a bust. We lost. We failed. You
Yo,
understand what I'm saying? Yo,
yo,
bro, we done put in all the pain, right? And saw what pain get us. Pain get us 25 years. Pain get us an early grave. Pain get us our moms crying. You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, you know what I mean? All this pain niggas done put in, it wasn't worth it. We not rich. We don't got no black Wall Streets running around here. You understand what I'm saying? Look, you know what I mean? We at the bottom of the barrel. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it fuck that. Let's keep it real, Mikey
you
D. We
right
at the
though. You right
bottom of the
about that shit.
barrel.
Ain't not you don't got a 401k. It didn't help
Nothing.
you in no way.
Nothing to show for, but we out here talking about, yo, son, word to mother, son. Yeah, son, I did. I'm not talking about nobody in personal. You understand what I'm saying? This,
They
I ain't
said,
talking
yo,
about
they
bad
said,
vibes. I ain't
yeah,
talking about
right,
man, dude. I'm just talking about everybody. We all
right.
got up on this internet and talked about how niggas done bust niggas down, how niggas done beat niggas up. But let's talk about the shit about when niggas done got their ass whipped. Let's talk about the times niggas that ran up north into niggas that was big and badder than them. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't telling y'all those stories where they took the loss.
Pull up champ says, what's your record? My shit is more higher than that. 10 fights ain't shit. 10, 16 fights, you better go to like 30 or 40.
Yo, bro, listen, I'm
Nah,
telling
but
you,
nah.
son.
You right about that,
Come
Smitty.
on, bro. I done ran into dudes up. No,
You
I
ain't
thought
saying
I
shit
was the
wrong.
biggest and baddest flatbush nigga out around my age. You understand what I'm saying? I done ran into a dude up north from Buffalo, boy. That nigga hit like you ever see the ice bricks that they fucking shovel on the for the ices. That's how his
Yeah.
hands. It felt like that. Like it's like blocks, like blocks. Son hit me so hard. I was like, God damn.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. Wins or losses, bro. That shit is not we out here now. All that shit is just bullshit now.
Means nothing.
All that shit is bullshit now, bro. All that shit.
Means nothing.
Not one thing, not two. All that shit is bullshit, bro. You heard?
Garbage. Garbage.
All that shit is
You can't
bullshit,
put
bro.
none of that on your resume. Nothing on your son. I cut 15 niggas up north in C block, A block, and B block. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I had all the commissary up there, yeah, chicken box. So you can't do that.
Yeah, it don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing. You understand what I'm
Nah,
saying? Like,
you
come
right
on.
about that though. It don't mean nothing.
We in the real world, bro. Nobody cares. It's entertaining, but at the in real lifetime, what are you doing? What are we doing? We gonna continue to give out the bullshit while everybody passed us? Come on, man. We don't
You
got
right though.
nothing.
You ain't wrong about that, bro. I ain't going
Come
front. You
on,
ain't wrong
bro.
about that. Yeah, you ain't wrong
And the
about that, bro.
reason, and the reason things is the way it is because there's no communication with us. There's no communication with us.
That's true too.
We don't communicate with each other.
But you got to remember though, everybody got their own agendas, and it's a lot of hate. You got to just call it what it is. Sometimes it's a lot of hate, bro. Some dudes don't want to see you shine. You start outshining them. Dudes start hating on you. Dudes start making videos on you. You know how this shit go, bro.
Yeah,
You've been on
bro.
here long enough. You know how these dudes do, bro. Once dudes see you starting to shine, your shit start jinking a little bit. The whole dirty sector be on your body hating on you. You know that,
Facts.
bro. It's like rats in a barrel, bro. Once these dudes see you start flexing and you going up, you got wild videos about you. Dude just saying you a scrapo, no evidence. You might be a rizzle. You might be a rizzle next. After that, you're a full blown Mookington. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are
Right, right.
they'll run you through the ringer. They're gonna run you through the ringer. If something can stick, they don't care. Let it stick, you heard? They don't
Nah,
give a
nah,
fuck.
but that's not right and exact, bro. Because at the end of
Nah,
the
it ain't right and
day,
exact, but that's the way it is, though.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it is funny to a certain extent, though. You know what I'm saying? Artists, we laugh at it because it's entertaining, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's entertaining, but at the same time, it's like it's nasty to look at, man. You know what I'm saying? When you really sit back and look at everything that's going on, it's nasty to look at, man. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, we supposed to be leaders at this age. You understand what I'm saying? We not
Dudes is
supposed to be,
leaders.
huh?
No matter how you cook it, dudes is leaders. They just leading wrong. You got a lot of faulty leadership. That's all it is, bro. That goes back to faulty leadership, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's right, all them legends. That's true. That is true. But dudes, it's faulty leadership too. You can't say everything ain't, it's faulty leadership. Word up, bro. But I don't never wanna, I don't want to be on that belittling shit. I got caught in that shit for a little while on the internet, and I got off that shit, bro. I'm not trying to be talking about dudes. A lot of these dudes, they don't count my life. I don't know these dudes from nowhere. Going back and forth with these dudes. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're gonna do that shit on some WWE and you trying to get paid, I ain't mad at you. But
Right.
I ain't trying to do that shit. There's a lot more important things to talk about. And ain't nothing wrong with getting some rec every now and then, you heard? As long as it's gonna stay as rec and everybody on the same timing. You see what I'm saying? Not when dudes is trying to take that shit to the next level and like, come on, bro. Dudes came out of prison for real shit. What I look like going back for some bozo bird brain shit. I'm back in prison. Dudes is looking at me like, yo, son, why you came back? I got into an argument with somebody on the internet. Yo, Rob Mel, what up? Yo, salute, Rob Mel. I see you.
Carl Young, salute.
That's Rob Mel right there, yo. Call Young. Yo, come on, bro. Like, how I look
Yo,
like
Rob,
going
what
back,
up, Rob?
you going back to prison, and dudes is like, yo, what you in for, son? What you came back for, son? Dudes, I know dudes, you was out there doing good, homie. I was hearing about you on the internet. Dude, you was doing good. You was out there with wifey holding it down. What you back for, dogs? Yo, a dude called me a rat on the internet. So you know I had to go take care of that. I had to
Right.
find him. He was ducking, so I had to find him. He was in the bushes. You know what I mean? I had to get dirty. I was down on my knees looking for this dude. I finally caught him, and you know how it went when I caught him. Come on, bro. Dudes
Yo,
will laugh you. You be
you
the
got your
biggest
podcast
bozo.
there.
You be the biggest bozo in jail. You heard?
Facts. Facts. You'll be the biggest bozo.
Be
You
the
you you
biggest
could you could
idiot
do
in
your
prison, bro.
podcast on the gate, you heard?
Yeah, now your podcast is on the gate. They be violating.
Violating.
Yo, talk some of that podcast shit up here, homie. Get on the gate. Come on,
Yo, get
son.
on the gate.
Entertain us.
It
Dudes
is
to be violating you in jail, bro.
Hey, yo,
You
you
was
ain't got no new
podcasting in
news?
jail. Do that shit over the phone. Do that shit now. Let us hear some of that shit, bro.
Yeah, they be violating your
Or
shit.
words you was you was throwing Franks at DJ Vlad and them dudes, son. Adam 22. You told them to eat
Yeah,
one.
facts. Facts.
Shit, that's crazy though, bro. That'd be crazy. If you be back in jail, bro, you imagine going back to jail for that shit, though, Smitty. I'm just being honest. You run into a dude, you had an argument on the internet, he tried to pop the bottle, you got a little blade on you or something, you poke him up, he die.
Nah,
You got a
facts.
fresh, you got a fresh quarter. You slide through, downstate with the bean. You got the
With the
bean.
bean.
You got a clean bean,
The
clean
clean,
mustache.
the
They done,
clean bean like you jumping out the bushes.
They done shaved your eyebrows, got you looking like a straight tree jumper. You ain't got no mustache, no beard.
Nothing.
You got a fresh 25 years because of an internet argument?
Because of YouTube.
Yeah.
Because you still trying to live in your second
Yeah.
childhood. Come on, man. These dudes out here.
Hey,
Wow.
yo. Because of a YouTube argument, bro?
I
Come
can't do it.
on.
I can't do it. I rather duck my head, man.
Nah,
I'd
bro.
rather
I'll dunk,
suck and
I'll
duck.
dunk my taco all day.
Real.
Look at Fat Kev looking straight mookie in downstate with no hair on your face, looking like a young
Nothing.
Shaquille O'Neal. You heard? You up there looking like Shaq.
looking like looking like Shaq. No,
50
no
years
mustache,
old.
no nothing.
50 years old with a 2026 number.
That's crazy.
50 years old. You got a 2026A.
26A,
59.
26A 0001.
Oh, you the first
You the
bozo up top.
first
You heard?
bozo up top.
You the first bozo they bring to downstate in 2026, bro. Because you going
Yo,
straight up. They're going to give you a
yo.
weird number.
You gonna
Weirdo. They
have
going to walk. And them
podcast
young
on the back
boys,
of your
when you
garment.
get up there, them young boys going to wash you down.
Wash you down.
And
They
let you
don't give a
hide out. You know, a
listen.
lot of
First of
dudes get in
all,
that box and hide out. You heard?
listen. Let me tell you. Let me explain something to you superficial OGs up there. They don't care about none of that shit right now. They spanking. Listen, them dudes ain't got no respect up there. They spanking OGs.
They
They
gonna
remember
put.
them times they was on the missions and all that. They was going on the
Soon
missions
as
and all.
you touch the set, they gonna put a whip together for you. Soon as
Soon
you
as you,
touch the set, they gonna be like, "Yo, that old bozo's up here. Oh,
yo,
he
that's the
put a
one
hit
that
on the
sent
big."
me.
They gonna
That's
be
the
like,
one
"Yo,
that sent me
listen,
on a mission.
let me forget. Let me get two. Let me get three. Who on deck?
Facts.
You gonna have three bozos that just came home in 2026, trying to wash you up in the yard. They're gonna be running. You gotta chase you around. You gonna be chasing dudes. You know we gonna old timers gonna get busy. You chasing three buses, they gonna be running, trying to get away. Some of
Real
y'all,
talk.
you
Real
gonna be like,
talk.
oh man, I'm back on this time. They gonna scratch you and try to run. You know how this shit go, you heard? It's gonna be nasty, bro. That's how it's gonna go up to. That's what you hear.
Diddy Love said, y'all don't want to end up here with me. Although Four Dicks treating me good, y'all stay safe out there. My son crazy.
Hey
Diddy
yo, but
Love,
now
you
look at
heard?
Blue Boy.
Yo,
Soon as he
Diddy.
went back in there, he tried to
Yo.
pop. Something was going down. He tried to pop with the Crips. They washed Blue Boy up. Just being honest, he said it.
Yo.
He said he had a concussion. They had Blue Boy head wrapped up in there. Them young boys don't care, man. They gonna kick you till the cops come,
Uh,
you heard?
nah, they don't.
They gonna
That's a,
smoke
yo,
you, bro.
every
You gotta
time I hear something going up north, going on up north, it's a OG getting spanked from back in the days, bro. I'm just keeping it.
only way you gonna survive about around them youngins is as soon as you step to the door. Anybody that look through you funny, all right, hold shorty, hold it, shorty, hold this. All right, who's next? Once you come through the door like that, they're gonna be like, yo, nah, he's the real deal. Listen, son almost ain't make it.
Right.
Leave him alone. That's between them. That's when they start saying that. Listen, that's between them. Once you start laying that hammer down, dude's gonna be like, yo, listen, leave that between the big bros,
That's
whatever they
the
got going,
yo.
whatever they
I'm
got
trying
going
to
on, either that, or you got some power out here, you got some money out here in the streets, and dudes just knocking on people's doors, something happened to you in there, and dudes start running down on these dudes' family, because you can find out anything. You're where you from? Oh, Queens, what side? What side of town? Oh, he from Linden? All right. Put the APB out on you, and dudes is knocking on your family's door. Like, yeah, remember him?
right.
And slap and start violating, because that be going on too. A lot of dudes don't be knowing, but some dudes is powerful and dudes is strong. And I done seen dudes do stuff to people in jail, and they family feel that shit in the streets.
Feel it.
So you gotta watch out. You
Oh, let
gotta
me get a
watch
nap
out.
then.
You gotta watch out, you heard? Because you do some shit to the wrong person in jail, and it might affect somebody else that you got going, some things you got going on in this town. So but I don't want to see none of these dudes. I don't want to see none of these dudes back in prison or in the grave, because you might think you're gonna get busy, and you might think you're gonna put that work in, and that work get put in on you. I see that happen a lot of times too. Yeah, I got son. Don't worry about it. I got son. Next thing you the one that's in the bag. You the one getting dubs. You know what I'm saying?
Getting dull.
Real talk.
Nah,
That shit
real
don't go.
talk.
That shit don't always go your way, bro. Dudes be pushing a button on dudes, and next thing you know, they push the button on themselves. I seen that happen a lot. You pushing the button on dudes, and then that button is on you. You the one in the bag. You the one. You the one. You the one lined up now. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, facts.
Real talk, bro. I seen that
Yeah.
happen a lot.
You talking facts.
Dudes pushing the button, keep pushing the button, and then next thing you know, um, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna put nobody's name out there, but I seen a lot of these dudes that I was pushing these buttons. A lot of these dudes is going through it now, and they can't live nowhere.
Nowhere.
I see a lot of dudes that can't live nowhere because they pushed all these buttons and everybody hate them. And once
Everybody.
you become, let me tell you something. Todd Guns had said something to us back in the days. They said, yo, you're not really Damu until you turn fool. You never know. You're not really Damu until you turn fool. I didn't believe that, because for years I wasn't on. I was fool from a certain nation, but it wasn't really like I was really getting active on them. They wasn't getting active on me, just being honest.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But then, you know, I became food again. And it was a lot more active situation. It was a lot more active situation, not only with me going at motherfuckers, but motherfuckers coming at me too. Just being
Right.
honest, you heard? And I was getting busy. You know, I held it down. I held it down every time. I got busy. But what I said that to say this. When Todd Gunn said that, because now with your own people coming at you and everywhere you go, all these troops that was on your side is against you. Now you see what a dude is really made of.
Hmm.
Because it was easy when you had the crowd with you and you were sitting in that one dude. Now the crowd is against you. Let's see if you stand up. Let's see how you are. You know what I mean? And a lot of these dudes is not impressive. I'm just being honest.
Hmm.
A lot of these dudes, the stories, I don't know if it's true or not, but the shit that I'm hearing, and I know some things got to be true because we would hear these dudes shot this or dudes shot that. We would hear that. And I'm not hearing that.
Yeah, a
So,
lot of dudes is ducking their tacos. A lot of dudes is out there ducking their
nah, but
tacos.
I'm just saying, you would hear, like, yo, and especially in prison, you can't run nowhere. You would hear, yo, son got busy. He bucked this, he bucked that. But I'm hearing a lot of these dudes getting bucked. They not doing shit.
They
They taking
tired
on a, they taking it on a bunny.
on a
Like, yo, what the
bunny
fuck happened to you? You're like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at some point you keep coming at me, I'm not gonna come out and I'm not talking no more. I'm not gonna
because
come out and talk.
everybody's gone. The dudes that they was around, that they had the power, you know
That's
what I'm saying,
true.
to do these
The
things
supporters is
with,
gone.
that support is gone. It's a new regime and it's a new it's a new wave right now. So them young dudes is not giving back up that power that they once, you know what I'm saying, had to, look up to or follow. You bugging. You understand what I'm saying? They not letting them dudes step in. They know what's real. You feel what I'm
Facts.
saying? At the end of the day, it's a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, um, out in the streets right now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's the way it is right now. You know what I mean? Because it's young dudes behind the wall that's controlling the situation. And had the elders, you know,
They
moved
flipped on
right,
each other. All the elders flipped on each other.
and had they not flipped on each other and moved right, things wouldn't be like this. Power would still be together, and it would be votes as a whole. You feel what I'm saying? But everybody wanted to separate power. Everybody wanted to be this. Everybody wanted to be. That's why I said things could have been way different, man. It could have been a lot of positivity that came out of this.
Monster Ball
But,
salute.
but dudes wanted to have the biggest nuts. Yo, I'm the biggest head. I'm the biggest this. I'm the biggest that. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's no support around certain areas, and dudes is getting that
Facts.
foot.
Facts. But I like I said, like, yeah, yeah. And let me ask you this.
Just talk,
So
real
the
talk.
dudes that's getting that foot, do you think they deserve it?
Of course.
You think they deserve it?
Every bit of it.
You think they deserve
Every
it?
bit of it. Yo, some of these
What you
dudes
think? You
started
think
the
it's
big.
karma? You think it's
Some
karma?
of these what? Some of these dudes started the biggest wars. We don't gotta say the names. You know the names. If you know, you know. Some
Right.
of these dudes started the biggest wars. You understand? In New
Facts.
York, with so many people, you know what I'm saying, lost their lives, even went to jail for life. You understand what I'm saying? These are brothers, these are strong brothers right now that I feel like deserve to be up in these streets. You understand, that was tricked out they freedom. I'm saying everybody got their will. You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know right from wrong. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But when you attach to these brotherhoods and stuff like that, bro, it's hard to detach yourself from shit like that because you've been putting in with these dudes and holding it down with these dudes for so many years. You understand what I'm saying? Going through real shit, real life shit.
But
You know what
I
I'm
ain't gonna
saying?
lie.
So,
You correct, bro. You correct. I agree.
so it's like, man, a lot of these dudes that's getting what they getting right now, they deserve it, bro. They sent dudes on mad dummy missions. You feel what I'm saying?
I ain't
A
gonna
lot of
lie.
dummy missions.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel everything I got, I deserved. You heard?
Come on.
Everything I got when my ass turned food and they was on my heels and I had to get busy and do all this other shit, I feel like I got what I deserved. That shit was
Oh,
good. That
oh,
shit was
bro.
good for my ass for joining up in the first place. That was good.
You know what
I
I'm
can't. I'm
saying?
not gonna speak. I'm not even gonna speak on whether I think another dude is getting what they deserve because they know what they did, just like I know what I did. What
Right,
I know I got when it was
right.
my time. When it was my time, was my turn.
I
I
agree.
got the same shit I was dishing out. You heard?
I definitely agree, bro.
Same shit I was dishing out. I got that shit right back. You heard?
You know, but a lot of these dudes portrayed, you know, the action figures like they going to the death with this. You know what I'm saying? The dude just tapping out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you tapping out. Y'all dudes just tapping out when you got soldiers still putting it in the name of something that you created. And a lot of these dudes, forefathers, godfathers, that started this shit out here
Right.
looking bad.
Right.
Out here looking bad. And the reason they out here looking bad and dudes out here transgressing against them is because of the simple fact that they did bad. So with bad, you only get bad. You understand? You don't see dudes out here trying to shoot Shaquille.
Like I don't. Like I ain't gonna lie. I don't know
I'm
what
just
dudes.
keeping it real. I don't see
You right.
nobody in EA. I don't see no Rickett Hunters talking about, yo, when I see Mikey B, I'm going to shoot him. He did me foul. He took everything from me. He sent me on dummy missions. Anytime I ran into anybody that was around that had, what's the name, I heard good talks about you. You understand? I'm just keeping it real. A lot of these brothers that's, you know, successful, that's coming home, such as brothers like Pee Wee. You understand what I'm saying? He will always be good because he treated brothers good. I was with that brother. He wasn't sending dudes on dummy missions. He was giving niggas books to build their mind, showing niggas how to stack a dollar,
Right.
how to move humble. That nigga, he's a humble dude. You understand what I'm saying? I've been around Sean Nitty. You understand what I'm saying? He wasn't sending dudes on dummy missions. You know what I mean? But he showed brothers when it's time to go, it's time to go. Do react. Or you gonna be the action. You
Just
understand
Eric
what I'm
said.
saying?
Right. Just Eric said, "Yo, G Dub quit salute. I ain't even see you in here." Said we make our beds. We gotta lay in it.
Come on. I'm just keeping it all the way a buck, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just keeping it a buck, Mikey B. You know what I'm saying is real. It's
Facts.
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 I've been with a
Um.
lot of dudes. A lot of these dudes that's successful out here, that's moving good. They had good in their heart. The Mo Shades. We
Yeah. A
lost
lot
it.
of dudes. And let me tell you something. Even with the Pee Wee situation, he talked about it on the internet for the most part. Like, when he was going at homie, I ain't going when him and homie was going through it. I think he could have made some calls that could have probably went harder against homie. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't. But I don't think when homie was in power too, though. I don't want to put some name, son trying to come home, but
Right?
but when homie was in power, he could have did the same thing with Pee Wee, and he didn't. It was a lot of. Let me tell you something, bro. We made a lot of mistakes. In the ranks, we made a lot of mistakes. We stood on shit for the peoples when we had to, and then our whole shit structure just went against each other. We let that
Right.
shit, we let that shit lead us to our own destruction, and it's not the kids. Y'all seeing these young kids only following the leadership that came from the OGs and the elders when they started beefing amongst each other and using all these little kids. We didn't, or excuse me, not just little kids, grown men using their teams to go at each other. We wasn't like that. At the beginning, on that first generation shit, don't get me wrong, if you violated rules and shit like that, then you just violated rules. But if you had a beef with another homie and y'all had some shit, you couldn't get your team against them. You had to see that man when you seen him, bro. You could not use your people to go get nobody until everything got divided. Once everything got divided, then dudes started using their teams to go at other teams and other homies and other shit that was going on. But before that, if you had to go see a homie, y'all had 31. When you pulled up in their yard, I done seen it. Attica and all these spots. Like, yo, that dude is right there. Go see him. Don't nobody go. We in the hood. All of us in the hood on the sidelines. I can name brand dudes that had to go out there in that yard and get busy. Or when dudes is calling them out, they stay in the hood. You can't do nothing to nobody in this hood. You know what I'm saying? You can't because of in like a spot like Attica, if you put in work by the hood, then they're gonna take the whole hood down. They trying to take us all down. So you gotta go in the middle of the grass and y'all gotta just shake. And I seen some dudes, I seen some real dudes, stand up and go shake. And then I've been in Attica a few times. I've been in Attica like 2 or 3 times. And I seen some dudes stay in the hood. Like I ain't going out there to do that shit. I ain't going gun to gun. I ain't doing none of that shit. I ain't fighting. You know what I'm saying? But I seen a lot of name brand dudes go out there and get busy. I even had a 31 with a homie, and when I was GKB, I had a 31 with a homie that was non-Trey. That he my bro to this day. He out here too. You know what I mean? Little Bo, with the scar on his face, the rock star now. You know what I'm saying? But when I was GKB and he was non-trade, we had 31. We had 31 like in the year 2000. We had shot a 31 in the yard,
Yo,
40 block.
Was Bug Out a mentor?
Yeah, you talking about? I'm talking about Bo, not that bug out. You talking about the other non-trade Bo bug out that was
Okay.
homegrown. He had his own hood homegrown.
Okay.
I'm talking about the short bug out, the short Bo with all the cuts on his face from Brooklyn. The other bug
Okay.
out that went NYB homegrown was from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking
All
about
right. This
short.
one I'm talking about is from Harlem.
No, I gotta see him. But yeah, bro, um, that's how it really was. And I think once dudes got off that timing, it really messed a lot of stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Once dudes got off that timing, um, it really messed things up when dudes stopped her handling their own business, when they
Right.
seen dudes and had other people like getting in the mix and other kids and you know, other your set and all that. That's what messed everything up, bro. We wasn't doing that. We wasn't if you had a personal with another homie, then when y'all seen each other, y'all handle it. However y'all handle it, 31, you know, gun to gun, whatever you doing, whatever y'all doing, that's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? But take that shit over there and y'all settle that shit. And but it just showed weakness, and you see a lot of weakness now because these guys now is doing whatever and they able to hide out and be,
Yep.
these big names and big dudes, and they really don't get busy no more, or some of them never got busy, and they just use some money or finagle their way in with their cousin, and now they running the ship and they ain't even built like that. But you know how this should go. You know
Mm.
what I mean? But and a lot of these guys was revealed as that, you heard? But yo, I got to get up out of here, Smitty. This was
Yo,
a good
man.
one.
This was a good one though, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Shout out to the parties, bad vibes, zip with the drip. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? I hope them brothers
man, dude. Shout them
man
out,
do.
Shot Bay.
Shy Bay. I hope them brothers will come, on the back, back line and talk and get that flattened out, man. It ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? In New York, man, let's get back to this content, man. There's too much
Word up.
things to
Let's
talk
go,
about,
Monster
man.
Mo. Let's get it.
You
I
know what I'm
see you
saying?
flexing. I see you flexing. Where the content at, Monster Mo? Stop flexing.
Let's
Showing
get
that
back to
dad.
this content, man.
Showing that dad body, Monster Mo.
You know what I
Before I come up out this Nike tech
mean?
and blow you
My
out the
son,
water. No
now I'm
homo.
not gonna lie,
Pause.
Monster Mo, he trimmed up, he eating good. You know what I'm saying?
Salute. Yeah,
Y'all
that's
make
good to
sure
see you
y'all
working
tap
out,
into his
bro.
page though. Make sure y'all tap into his page. You know what I'm saying? My brother, he be doing the funnies and all that. You know what I'm saying? Got the funny videos on Instagram, YouTube. He do the workout thing. So make sure y'all tap
JTRT
in, man.
podcast he talking about. That's what he talking about, y'all. JTRT podcast.
Let's
But
get
salute to
back to this.
everybody. I gotta get up out of here, you heard? You already know Mikey B, Smitty Rock. When we get together, it's a lot going on in the hood TV, you heard?
Salute, salute,
Another good
salute.
one. Salute. Great one. Salute to
Peace.
you, bro. Peace.